So to start with, you are working on PCs, and you are going to have a screen on the left, and you will have your Adobe Creative Cloud there. Then it's going to open up this window, and with this window, you're going to just sign in using Google. So that's what you're going to want to do. Sign in doing your normal school email and your password. Then it's going to pop up a box. It's going to tell you that you can close this window. It's going to pop up a box, and you're going to use the Photoshop icon to open your program for this project. And then when you're there, you're going to click New File. And when you go to New File, you're going to come over here, and you're going to click your inches at 4 inches, your height at 4 inches, and your pixels inches. And I'm going to change this. I have on your directions to put 72. I want you to change it to 150 for a little clearer. And then up here at the top, I want you to put your name, and I want you to put number 1. So every time that you create one of these, because you have to do 12, every time you create one of these, you're going to number it with your first and last name and the number of that particular image. And then you're going to create, and you're going to have a square. Now, when you go to add your image, you may want to go ahead and edit your image and make it closer to a square, because if you have a rectangle, you're going to have to shrink it to fit this box that's a 4x4. And you're going to do open. And I've gone ahead and I made an adjustment after working with it for a little while, and it took me forever to decide on an image. And I picked this image. And then you're going to click the Move tool, and then you're going to hold your mouse, and you're going to click, and you're going to drag over to this here, to this tab. And you're going to drop your image into that tab. It's going to give you a message, and you'll see that my image is still a little bit large. So again, when you're going to have this tab for your project, when you go to open your image, it's going to be here, and that's going to create a second tab. Now you notice that my image is larger. The original image I had was a rectangle, and I've shrunk it down. So I'm going to try this again. I have to be able to see when I do control for you, it's Control T, and you want to be able to see this image to be able to get it to shrink in and work. So Control T. And then you will take your edges and move your image into your square to get it to fit. Okay, Control T, and you'll take your image. Now again, if you have a rectangle, you're going to have more of that image, and you can come over here because on this side is where you have your tools. And when you go through these, and there's a list of them, we're going to be working with just adjustments, not particularly any of these tools, but just so that you see them. You could crop your image if you wanted, and you can rotate it. So you click these sometimes, and it gives you more of the tools that you can use. And sometimes I find that gets a little frustrating. It doesn't show me what I want it to do. So then you're going to go over here. You can also zoom in, Control plus, and you can work off of your image in that manner. And then you can start with your adjustments. So you're only going to be using the adjustments here, for example, with bright or contrast. You can change your exposure adjustments. You're going to also be able to work with any of these that are here. You will also only be able to work with the options that are on here, which is your transform tools. You want to limit yourself to scale, rotate, and flip. So we're not using any of these things here, just the adjustments here. And then when you start doing that, you'll be building your different layers up. So let's say you want to work with your brightness. You can change your brightness, you can change your contrast, and you're going to make these decisions on, and the bigger the screen you have, which y'all are a little bit of an advantage because you'll be able to see your tools over here much, much easier than what I'm seeing because I'm struggling because I have a smaller screen. So then that creates that one adjustment. We can go back to you'll make adjustments with that. You can change color value. And then when you get this to the where you want it to be, and I'm struggling here, I'm so sorry. Get this out of the way too. Then you have your layer, and then if that's the one that you want, then you can save that, and you will continue to work. So it's already got my name. I want you to go ahead and save it to the Adobe Cloud because we won't be doing that much stuff. Then this one's going to be finished. You'll continue to repeat the process. You'll go to a new file. It's already set up. You're going to put your name. You're going to name it number 2, and you're going to create. Then you're going to do the same process again. You're going to open and choose your image. Now you see your images here that we did. Sorry, and let me go back up here again, and I'm going to open on my computer, choose my same image. Remember, if you have a square, because you're going to be using the same image over and over and over again. So I'm just going to hit the escape button because I'm on the wrong tool. I need to be on the move tool. And then I'm going to take my image and I'm going to drag it over and drop it in and click OK. And then I'm going to go through the process again, and I'm going to use my adjustment layers. Let me get rid of this, and you're going to then, we'll talk about the others here shortly. Remember, you're going to use your Control T, and that's just how you're going to adjust your image to fit inside of your square. And then you can save it as you go if you wish. And then work on it. Let's say you ran out of time, so you're going to save it, apply, and then there's your second one, and then you can come back and work on that next time.